Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are back once again. It is so good to be back. I'm excited to be sharing on here with all of you once more. It's been a minute. However, I'm back and I'm just getting back into the swing of things. So, my topic of discussion today is with Cris Cyborg and how the belief is real. And here's why. A lot of people sit there and they like to talk about and say that, Cris Cyborg, she's this machine. And you know what? I know it can be easily construed as her being like this machine. It's almost like she just, she's walking through everyone like they're just standing still, and she's just plowing straight to the top, right? But she's had some, hurdles here and there. However, she's been so focused and she has this like energy about her that's just so mesmerizing that you just can't help but pay attention to her. You have to watch her because you don't know what she's gonna do. She just has it. She has that look. She has that fire. She has that just overall strength about her that's just incredible. So I just have to tell you that she is just incredible. She's phenomenal. Yes, I said it. She is a phenomenal woman, and there is nothing you can do about it. Okay, people, make no mistake about it. So, and the reason why I say and I share all this is because, anytime a person, they link up with other elite athletes, other, you know, just great people, such as Claressa Shields. Now, she is the WBC champion, the WBC boxing champion, and I have to tell you, when you link up with someone that special, someone with that high quality caliber of a fighter, and you have to take in as much information as much as you can, learn as much as you can from them to add what they have to your arsenal of things, right? And so this is what Cris Cyborg has been brilliantly doing. She constantly upgrades, she constantly makes adjustments, she constantly is improving. And for all those other women out there, you have to do the same thing. You constantly have to keep just reinventing yourself, constantly just improving, and going to the next level in order to be at that same level as a Cris Cyborg. She's somewhere in a class of her own, to be honest with you. So, Cris Cyborg is currently the 145-pound featherweight champion in the UFC. She had her first title defense against Holly Holm recently, and she became victorious over her, and I thought that match was going to be a very tough match for Cris. Well, actually, it was a tough match because she got hit with some solid shots from Holly Holm, and that was to be expected, because Holly Holm definitely comes from a superior boxing background, and so her stand-up game there is known to be very, very high in grade. And apparently during that fight she bloodied up Cris Cyborg's nose, and Cris even said afterwards that's the first time anybody bloodied her up like that. So you definitely know that Holly Holm has some power to her. However, she just was not able to figure out Cris Cyborg's game, and Cris Cyborg definitely went in there prepared, ready to topple Holly Holm, and she did it in phenomenal fashion. She just went the full distance, and it was a decision. No one got knocked out. Thank goodness no one got knocked out. However, but I was just so impressed with Cris Cyborg's skills. But like I said before, she's known to constantly upgrade and expand and grow. And when you allow yourself to do that, you come away victorious. And so she's on it. She's on that level. She's there. And but before the fight with Cris Cyborg that Holly Holm had, Holly Holm fought this woman, Germaine de Randamie, and Germaine de Randamie is of that 145-pound featherweight division, and prior to Cris Cyborg becoming the featherweight champion, the title actually was Germaine de Randamie. And I feel like that fight that she had with Holly Holm, I think that, yeah, there was some questionable things there, but at the end of the whole entire match, at the end of the day, if the judges give you the win, it is what it is, but now it's like, you can win something, you give your all, and they can just, take the win back from you. And to me, I just thought that was a bit weird and strange how that all happened and played out. But I mean, she was the 145-pound featherweight champion before Cris Cyborg, and so to me, as far as like the order and how everything should have went down, I believe that Cris Cyborg and Germaine de Randamie should have been the two fights, or it could have been Germaine de Randamie doing a rematch with Holly Holm if there was such a huge, questionable, thing with this whole fight, the match. If they felt that there was something that was wrong in that match, they could have, like other, bouts, people they go back and they do a rewind, right? They do a rematch. So why didn't they just do a rematch with Holly Holm and Germaine de Randamie? That didn't make any sense, so that we could really see who was the clear victor in there, right? Because it was a little back and forth, but they were talking about disqualifications, but if there was disqualifications on Germaine de Randamie's side, it should have been, it should have been said at that time. It should have been, you got this woman, you send her away on having her championship belt, she goes back to her home country or whatever, and then she finds out, some months later or whatever, that, okay, it was a mistake. I mean, that's not her problem. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it should have been done a little bit different. But anyway, so if it hadn't all those, that whole craziness that had happened with Germaine de Randamie, if that hadn't happened, then you would probably see a fight between her and Cris Cyborg, and I feel like that has to happen. I feel like that should still happen, though, just to even give Germaine de Randamie a clear opportunity here, and not just completely, wash her, put her aside, and just, sweep her away. You know what I mean? Just swat her away. I mean, so, but I mean, what do you think? You gotta tell me what you think on that whole thing. But anyway, so now we have Cris Cyborg, who is the current featherweight champion, and like I said, that whole fight with Holly Holm and Germaine de Randamie, excuse me, I'm like fumbling over her name. Anyway, I think that it was a great match. However, there were some different things that went on in that match that were questionable. However, I feel like I don't think that it warranted a stripping of a title belt, like months later. That to me was just kind of backwards. But anyway, moving on to when Cris Cyborg fought Tonya Evinger for the UFC 145-pound featherweight title, which was, like I said, that was the title that Germaine had held before she was stripped of it. Tonya Evinger was going up against Cris Cyborg to capitalize, to capture that title, right? And it ended up going to Cris Cyborg because, Cris Cyborg was just too much for Tonya Evinger. I mean, she ended up getting that TKO, and now you see Cris Cyborg having the title. Okay, and so she fought Tonya Evinger. She gets the title, and then her first title defense was Holly Holm, and her second title defense was up against Yana Kunitskaya. And so she's been very, very busy. She's been undefeated in this division so far. I mean, she's had 3 fights, I believe, so far in this division, and she's just been very, very busy. And and she just constantly, like I told you before, she's constantly just moving forward and growing and just getting better and better and better all the time. So she's going to be tough to beat. I don't know how long she's going to continue on doing this, but I feel that she really is going to be tough to beat. And anyone that's going to challenge her moving forward has a lot to tend with Cris. I mean, she really is serious. She's about her game. She's about everything. She lives, breathes just determination, and she's just on a whole nother level that it's you gotta have it. You gotta have whatever that is to constantly just keep motivated and keep going the way that she does and stay on top at the same time. I mean, she's been backing up everything that she's been saying and doing, and it's incredible. So but she does have another challenger here, and that challenger is none other than the Amanda Nunes, who is another UFC champion. She's in the lower weight class of 135-pound bantamweight division, and she pretty much has dominated that division. And there's word that there's going to be a super fight with her and Cris Cyborg, and so that's something that I'm really, really looking forward to. I don't know when exactly it's going to be. I'm hearing in July sometime, but I feel like that's going to be an awesome matchup between the two. And yeah, I feel like that's a definite one that can happen for sure. You remember Amanda Nunes fought Valentina Shevchenko for the first, well, not the first time, it was the second time, but it was her title defense. Like, she was defending her bantamweight title for the first time, and it was against Valentina, and that fight was a really good fight to watch. However, Valentina thought that she won the fight, but you clearly saw that it was Nunes that was able to edge over her to get to retain the win. And so, but it's still like a questionable one because it was just it was very close. It was a very close fight. At the same time, Amanda just did enough to get over that edge and win. So, and I would like to see a number 3 for those two women. I like to see a number 3. I know that Amanda Nunes has said in the past that she wanted to be the first woman to hold a title in 2 different weight classes. And so this whole title shot against or super fight against Cris Cyborg, it makes sense, because if that's your goal and that's what you want to do, I say go for it. I mean, she has as good as chances as anybody else, to do it, and it would be something to see. So yeah, so she's supposed to be up to fight Cris Cyborg, but I think she also has to defend her title for a second time currently in the bantamweight, and I believe she's going to be doing that momentarily with Raquel Pennington, and that fight's going to be happening very soon. So you know, Raquel has an opportunity to go for the championship, you know, and wouldn't that be something if she ends up winning? And then now, you know, is that fight against, will that fight against Cris Cyborg happen? Will that continue, you know, will that go on? I don't know. But I know it would definitely be awesome if Amanda Nunes is still able to hold down that championship belt. You know, because it definitely makes a real interesting fight against someone like Cris Cyborg. And Cris Cyborg is just, like I said, she's phenomenal. She's just really, really at the top of her game. And I look forward to seeing so much from all these women. Definitely, even with Amanda Nunes, she's proved to be a very good you know, fighter and everything, and an athlete. So I look forward to seeing these two women go head to head. I think it's going to be really, really awesome. We'll be able to see so much out of the fight because of the styles, and you know, they're very capable of, if it does go to the ground or whatever, they're capable, because they both, you know, have major skills in that area too. But it would definitely be good to see the striking, because they are known to be strikers. So it would be awesome to see, you know, these two women. I mean, what do you think? What do you all think out there? Do you think that that's a fight that you would definitely want to see? And how excited are you to see it? And do you think it makes sense for these two women to match up and go at it and do this big super fight? I kind of think so myself, because they, in both divisions, it's doesn't seem like there's so much happening in the women's division, particularly because there's not enough women in certain weight classes. So I don't know if they're just going to be making some different weight classes, you know, I don't know, to accumulate more entries into these different types of fights, because it just seems like they're running out of people to fight. So, and knowing these women, how, you know, athletes are, they want to constantly stay busy, they want to constantly keep pushing. That's how they remain on top. That's how they remain champions. So, you know, but doing this super fight, I think it would be a really great thing to see with both these women, and I'm really excited about it. I really do hope it does happen, and that things does not, you know, nothing interferes with it, and that both women remain healthy and strong and capable, and because like I said, it would definitely be a big it would be a big event. It really would, with these two women, because I mean, it can go any way, you know, it really can. It can go any way, and wouldn't you want to see which way it goes? Because I know I would. And so you definitely have some two top competitors here, and Cris Cyborg, man, she is definitely, she's just incredible, right? She is incredible. They're gonna have to change that whole saying that she's a machine. I'll just say she's like Hawk, right? She's like the She-Hawk. She's because when she gets in that cage, oh my goodness, everything breaks loose, and you never know. Like, she'll bring the whole house down. Well, if you like what you heard, everybody, punch the thumbs up below and subscribe to this channel. Like I said, I want to keep going and putting out more videos for every one of you out there. Definitely leave some comments, share what your thoughts are on this topic of Cris Cyborg. You know, she's the real deal, everybody. She's the real deal. So, one love, respect, and take care.